All right, good morning, Mr. Frog. My name is Eileen, and I will be performing a focused musculoskeletal, neurologic, and cranial nerve assessment. Please let me know if you feel any discomfort. To start off, I'm just going to perform some hand hygiene and wash my hands, and then I'm going to check your wristband, and I can see that your name is Mr. Frog. And then I'm going to ensure privacy by closing the curtain. Please let me know if you feel uncomfortable or any discomfort, okay? I'm gonna have you just walk, Mr. Frog. this is, I do see that you have upright posture. I do see that you have a steady gait and no deformities. Great job. Okay, and then I'm gonna check your joints and your arms and your wrist and your fingers. And then I'm gonna check the joints in your legs and knees and have you bend your legs a little bit. All right, good, no pain. I don't see any type of swelling or deformities in your joints. Great job. And then next, I'm gonna have you please move your shoulders. All right, no pain, no swelling, no deformities. Great job. And then we did your knees already. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to push against my hand so I can see your strength. All right, that's about a 5 out of 5. Great job. And then this side, push, push, push. All right, you can squeeze my hand, squeeze, squeeze. Nice and strong. You got a strong grip. Nice and strong. Perfect. And then if you can push against my hand, push down. Great. Now if you can push your toes up towards you, push against my hand. Perfect. Also on the bottom, push down. And then on this foot, push against my hand. Push your toes against my hand. Perfect. Push, push. Great. All right, you're nice and strong. Bilaterally in your upper extremities as well as your lower extremities. Great job. All right, next, I am going to assess your neurologic function. So could you tell me your name and your date of birth and where you are? All right, Mr. Frog, you were born January 1st, 1901. Great job. And then do you know where you are? You're in the hospital. That's right. Okay, good. So I would say you're alert and oriented times 4. Your speech is clear and appropriate. Sounds great. Oh, sorry. Do you know why you're in the hospital? You're in the hospital for a physical. Good job. So you'd be A&O times 4. Tell me if you're able to feel this when I touch you. Perfect. And how about this side? All right, that's great. You're able to feel light touch sensation. So sensation is intact. And then are you able to touch your nose? So take your finger and touch your nose. Great job. And then are you able to touch my finger with your finger? That's great. Perfect. So you have smooth, coordinated movement. And then next I'm gonna test your cranial nerves, okay? So first I'm gonna have you smell these little beans, these little coffee beans. Are you able to smell? What do they smell like? All right, perfect. French vanilla. Your sense is really intact. And then I'm gonna test your visual acuity. So if you can just look at my finger. Well, that looks great. Follow my finger, follow my finger. That's a great job. And then are you able to see my finger on the side? And then how about on this side? All right, great job. Your visual acuity and your fields are intact. Great job. And then next, I'm gonna take my pen light and I'm going to shine it into your eyes. Perfect. I see that your pupils are equal, round, and reactive to light and accommodation. Great job. Let's see. Next, I'm gonna check your sensation. So I'm gonna have you, we're gonna assess your trigeminal nerve. So if you can just clench your jaw for me. All right, looks good. Perfect. And then next I'm going to have you smile. Looks great. And then if you can frown. Great job. And then raise your eyebrows. Perfect. You raise your eyebrows symmetrically. And then I'm going to whisper something to you, and then you just let me know if you can hear it, okay? Nursing assessment is the best class. Did you hear that? All right, can you just repeat that back to me? Perfect. Hearing is intact to voice and whisper. And then I'm gonna have you go ahead and say ah. He opens his mouth, and I'm gonna use the pen light to assess the uvula, and then I see that it rises midline. Perfect job. And then next I'm going to have you shrug your shoulders, and then the other side. Perfect. Can you turn your head? Turn and turn. Okay, great. Looks like it's strong and equal. And then next I'm going to have you stick out your tongue for me. Good job. The tongue is midline, and I see no deviations in the tongue areas. All signs look like they are, all findings are within normal limits. And then I think our assessment is complete. Thank you for your time. I'm going to wash my hands, and we are done.